What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? And what I have for you today in this video is an installation of a full body kit. Now, a full body kit for your mobile devices, whether it's your phones, tablets, or even laptops like the MacBooks or whatever their manufacturers decide to make them for. These are basically wet installs where it's not a dry install such as a traditional screen shield or a screen protector where you just apply it. No, you actually have to put wet solution on the adhesive side, meaning the sticky side of the protector, and then applying it on your device. Now, why would anybody buy this? Well, because that way if they mess up, you can easily move it around versus trying to realign it. There are major manufacturers out there such as BodyGuardz, ZAGG Invisible Shield, Clear Coat, and then we have this one right here, IQ Shield, and more than likely you're going to get a solution bottle that comes with these products, so that way you would spray it on the adhesive side and try to apply it on your device. Now, what makes this different compared to all those other products? Well, we're going to take a look what's in this box, and you're going to find out why. I'll get to that when we actually install this thing. So let me just move my iPhone off to the side right now. It's on a paper towel because, like I said, it's going to be a wet install. I've already checked out what's inside, but just to take a look at it, see how I'm going to line everything up. But other than that, I haven't used it yet. So normally you would, you pull it out, you get all your documentation and all that, as well as the protector. Now, you could also buy the wet shields for just the screen itself, and you don't really care for the full body kit. But if you want to keep your device from scratching and you don't want to use a case on it, this is the reason why you would buy the full body kit. Alright, and there was actually more documentation right here. Alright, so I'm going to go with the documentation first. So this is basically your instructions on how to install it, and this is basically it, like asking for a review or what have you, and they actually give you a notice before you install to check out their video, so that's very nice of them. You can check it out on YouTube, you can check it out on their website, and it'll be their YouTube video that they put on their website. You have a squeegee right here. You're going to need that to get the excess solution out, and of course you have cleaning cloth right here, and then you have your protectors right here. Now, as I stated at the beginning of this video, that you would get a solution bottle with this, but how come you don't see it here? Well, that's because of this. What IQ Shield has done is you have to make your own solution. Alright, now this is where you have to be very careful. The way you make the solution is you use water. Alright, you can take it from a water bottle or whatever. Just make sure it's cold water, not hot water. And you have to use dish soap. Alright, now you may be wondering, why are they doing it like this? I have no idea. However, that doesn't mean they don't use the solution bottle at all. In this case, IQ Shield. They use those, but only for the bigger devices, such as notebooks, tablets, and what have you. But smartphones or cell phones in general, they use the installation tray. Alright? So, I was pretty surprised when I saw that at first. But, that's in a later video for a review. Now, when you're buying a dish soap, they warn you to get dish soap that is, or use dish soap that doesn't have any added additives. That's what they call it. And added additives, from their point of view, is moisturizing, antibacterial, or grease remover. So you really got to be careful with looking for the right dish soap. Hopefully this one will do good. I mean, it says tough on grease. Hopefully it's not a full grease removal. Couldn't find any recommendations for the soaps that they have on their website. So hopefully nothing will happen to my iPhone as I'm using this one. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So first you have to make the solution. Now, before you make the solution, you want to check your tray. They didn't demonstrate this in their video when I first watched it, but you want to get rid of any dust or lint that's in there, because once you put water in this thing and you put the protector in there, it's gonna stick to your protector. So I don't know if I want to use this cloth right here. So this was something that they didn't mention, but I just thought about it because when I was playing around with it yesterday, because that's when I got it, I saw some lint got in there as I was trying to put it in there. Alright, so now that you have your tray ready, you want to get your water set up. So I'm going to take this dish soap right here, and they say to put 1 to 2 drops in it. Alright, so that should be enough. Hopefully that wasn't too much. And I'm going to put some water in there. And I have a bad feeling this is going to spill all over my desk. So now what you're going to do is just take it and pour it into the tray. I apologize for not getting that in camera, by the way. Alright, so it's in the tray. And now you're going to get started right here. So I'm going to try to put these side by side together without getting my iPhone wet. And here's basically what you're going to do. Now keep in mind, I have the shield for both the front and the back as well as the sides. However, I will not be putting on the front yet, which looks like this, by the way. Because at first I decided not to because I had that OtterBox screen protector. But I'm like, you know, I really don't like the look of this one, and for me to review this product, I have to use like everything if I can. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I will be removing that later. However, I won't be doing that in this video. And when I do remove it, I will put up another video showing you guys how I installed it, if this goes successfully. Before you do anything, you want to turn off your device. Whether you're putting this on an Android device or iOS device, it really doesn't matter. And I'm just going to wipe my phone down one more time just to make sure nothing is on there. Okay. And before you do anything, you want to wash your hands just to make sure that you don't have any fingerprints or what have you on there. And then you want to put your fingertips into the solution itself. So that way, when you're touching the screen protector and everything, you won't have fingerprints on it or any oils on it. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is peel this off. Actually, I'm going to move this out of the way so you guys can get a better look at how this is going right here. Probably a bad idea to move it around, but I don't want to get this thing, well, I am getting this thing wet, but not into the ports. Alright, so now what we're going to do is take this. Actually, I shouldn't have moved that yet. Crap, I apologize for that, guys. Alright, so when you're putting this into the solution, you want the adhesive side to stick up. And I really apologize for this, guys. I'm going to show this once, and then when I'm applying the other sides, you do the same thing. With the adhesive side facing up, you want to put the whole thing, or submerge the whole thing, into the tray full of water. Alright? You want to submerge the whole thing, let it get in there. And once the whole thing is submerged in there, then you want to take it out and then let any excess solution drop in there. Okay? Excess meaning when you take it out and the solution is dripping down, let it drip all of it before you take it out and put it on your device. Okay? So, I'm going to take it out now. And just going to let the solution get out. And then I'm going to put it on my device right here. Right, so I'm just going to slide it around. That seems to be good enough right there. I'm just gonna take it off and try to realign it. So it's a little bit easier at first to move it around is what I'm noticing, but as soon as you put it on there and the water kind of dries up, it's gonna stick. And you want it to stick. Let me, I'm probably ruining it now. This is my first time doing a wet install. And after this, we'll kind of determine whether I'll be doing something like this again. We'll see. Alright, that seems to be good enough, and I'm just gonna let it sit there. In the meantime, I'm gonna take out this cloth right here, and if I can get it out. There we go. Gonna take out this cloth and just kind of dry it out. And now, since I want to dry the outside, now I'm gonna use the squeegee. That's this right here. And just try to get it out. Hopefully nothing went wrong in this process. Because when you're doing an install like this, you really want to be careful and not get anything in the ports. That's why it's best that you have a cloth with you, that when you're getting the solution out, just kind of put it up against the edge. Oh, shit. Otherwise, you're going to have water damage. And you'll have to go to Apple and try to get the phone replaced, but more than likely you'll have to pay a fee for that. Alright, I feel like it's bunching up over here. Solution's coming out. Actually, this helps. Yeah, keeping the microfiber cloth. Alright, so after this, I'm wondering if I used the right soap. This is one thing that I was kind of worried about, buying the wrong soap. And again, when I finally get to the review of this product, I will elaborate on what my first impressions were and leading into a conclusion whether I recommend this product or not. Maybe I should have done this off camera first. And then if I am going to buy this product again, or something like this again, then I'll do a video. So that's what it looks like so far. I got those bubbles right there, but either way, I'm going to have to give it some time for the bubbles to go away. And I got more to put on, which are the sides. Of course, I'm using the wrong side. I'm gonna leave the bubbles the way they are. I just want to get rid of all this bunching up right here. Alright, I'm using my thumb to get it off. Probably not the best choice. Crap, I'm 17 minutes in this video already. I apologize, guys. But rather than just cutting it short, I'd rather give the full video so you guys get an idea of how long this would take if you're doing it for the first time, and if you got an idea of how you're doing this. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to let that sit. So there's the back. I still got the front OtterBox right here, but that'll be in a later video, hopefully, now that I'm doing this. Camera's pretty lined up. Alright, so now I'm going to try putting on the sides. Alright, so these are your sides right here. So it looks like for this top one right here would be going from the sleep wake button on this side to the vibrate switch, and then you have this one in between the volume buttons, as you can see right there, and then you have this strip right here for this part of the left side, and then you have this one right here on the side for the SIM card slot, and then this one I could not figure it out because obviously I can't put it on the bottom because of the headphone jack and the speakers, so I'm assuming that must be extra if I don't have any on this corner right here. So that I wonder, and I wonder if that's actually what it's for. So I'm going to try doing the hardest part first, which would be the sides with the buttons. Alright, I gotta moisten my hands again. And I'm gonna take it out. Alright, and with the adhesive side up into the solution. Alright, looks like we got it out. And I'm just gonna try to put it on. This is the part that's gonna scare me the most. Alright, I apologize for this. I have to do this part off camera. Alright, so I got it lined up with the sleep white button, but it seems to be stretching. Let me see if I can. Nope. Oh, man. It got on top of my volume button right here. So I'm gonna take it back out and try to put it back on. Alright guys, so I'm back and I finally got the top with the sleep wake button and the vibrate switch on, and it's okay. I mean, well, it's a little bit off right there, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Sleep wake button is lined up okay, and then you got the vibrate switch. It's okay. And now I'm gonna try putting on the smaller part for the in between the buttons. So I'm gonna do that really quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back and I got it right there. It wasn't too bad. It just got frustrating when it was at the very tip of my finger. So now I'm gonna try doing this side right here, the other part of the left side for the buttons here, which is this piece here. So hopefully that goes according to plan. Gonna wet my fingers here, keep it moist, and gonna take this out, or peel it off, I mean. Put it in the solution, completely submerged. And shake it off. Let it drip. And cross my fingers, hoping this part would be easy. I hate working with small products, believe it or not. Kind of like working on laptops. Okay, and just gonna push that up. Okay, and bring it right here. I don't want liquid getting into the headphone port. So I'm not sure how I'm going to squeeze the bubbles out on the sides. I don't think I can. I mean, for a beginner on doing this kind of install, I'd rather not deal with something like that. So I can't be too anal about this, unfortunately. Look at the back. That's what it looks like with all the blob right there. Alright, now I'm going to try to do the side with the SIM card slot. It looks like the phone doesn't want to be friendly and stand still. Alright guys, so I apologize that you missed that end, but I was trying to line it up the side with the SIM card slot on it, and if you look over here by the speaker, it kind of got a little bit too close, like it was overlapping on the speaker, and I didn't want that in case the water would get in there. So if you notice here, I had to overlap it a little, meaning you have to get on top of this other piece right here, which that could have been some issues when I ended up stretching the thing, as you can see right there. Plus, I did take it out and then realign it. So, yeah, that's what happens. I can see how certain cases wouldn't fit this, because I do notice the extra thickness, and after holding this in my hand, I do notice some sharp edges, I mean, on this side right here, but that's because I line it up too close to the edge right here, and as you can see over here, it's got a little bit more room, and you can tell because it's too close to the edge of the camera right there, but overall, it looks like a mess right now, but you have to give it some time. So I'm going to let this sit for 12 hours, and I'm going to look at this tomorrow morning. So right now it's currently 5:10, and I'm not going to use this device. Just let it sit for 12 hours, and we will check this again 5 in the morning, or somewhere around that. And that's what you want to do when you're doing these kind of installs, because IQ Shield recommends that you guys go through 12 to 24 hours without touching your device, and if you really have to touch it, then they suggest you do this before you go to sleep at night, because you want the solution to dry up, and it's to get rid of all the bubbles that are right here. Alright, so that's basically it, and I will see you guys when we take a look at this again. Alright guys, so here we are looking at the phone again at 5 in the morning, and as you can see, most of the bubbles went away. It's still trying to get rid of all of them, so I just gotta give it a few more days. And as far as the sides is concerned, it's not too bad, and they're all almost cleared up. The bottom, I couldn't put anything on it due to the lightning port, the speaker, the microphone, and the headphone jack. And the sides with the buttons on it, it looks good, and seems to be getting rid of all the bubbles and all the extra solution in there. Of course, I got that one little corner right there that I overlapped. One concern I had about doing this install was the camera, to see if anything was going to ruin the camera, because I felt like water went into the edges of the camera, but so far it seems to be working okay, or working the way it was, as I should say, and all the functions are fine. Camera still moves around pretty good as the device moves around, and that's pretty much how it looks right now. So you want to give this like 48 hours, and it should get rid of all the bubbles and the blobs. So I will be checking this again in a few days, and when I install the front shield, I will be showing you guys what it looks like after a few days of leaving it alone, and check for any more air bubbles once it's done. So that's it. Stay tuned for my next video of when I install the front shield.